Hello everyone, this is Marianne here from Revealing Light Tarot, Astrology and Spirituality. How are you wherever you are in the world when you're watching? A huge shout out to you. Thanks for joining me today. Thanks for your kind feedback on my previous videos and also my podcast. While I'm on the podcast, I've released another, it's semi-weekly. Sometimes it'll be weekly, sometimes fortnightly, but I've made a commitment to it. And I'm really enjoying doing it. I've set up a separate YouTube channel because it isn't like these videos. It's actually it's designed for an audio listenership. But I have set up, because I do a tarot reading within that podcast, I have set up another channel. It's called Random Sage with Marianne from Revealing Light, which is the name of my podcast. So I'll put a link to that. If you prefer to listen to your podcasts on YouTube rather than Apple, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Podbean, wherever, you can do that too. It's about me going to meet my audience on the platforms that they want to listen to the podcast. So it's available on all of those. Choose your platform. All right, let's get on with today's reading. Let me just wanted to make sure I hadn't forgotten anything there. Today's reading. All right. Russian ships are mapping undersea gas and electricity cables. They sailed, it's actually a spy ship basically, sailed up past Denmark and really right along the coast of the United Kingdom. And there's now intelligence to say that they were actually mapping those undersea cables. It is thought that should NATO wage war on Russia, or should things worsen in any way, then of course they know where to cut the cables and take electricity and gas circuits out, or conduits out, cables out. I said in my last reading on Ukraine that I saw both air and water, and something in the water that we hadn't foreseen. Now, I'm not saying they're going to cut those cables tomorrow. Of course, that would bring NATO into the war, guaranteed, split second, just like that. I feel it is like everything that Vladimir Putin does. It's leverage. It's to be, like the way a mob boss would work. So we'll take a look at if he's going to do anything with those undersea cables. Also, would China ever, I think I revisited this before, would China and Russia ever form a coalition if circumstances or anything changed? I want to therefore ask about the effectiveness or not of the United Nations. I'll go to the classified documents as well. So much information has come out about not just Ukraine and Russia, but about Canada not being able to meet its NATO obligations. It's, information on China's new spy technology, information on South Korea. The Washington Post seems every day to carry another, from the leaked classified documents on Discord type of story. It's actually quite stunning in its breadth and depth of classified top secrets that are being revealed, and also the intelligence gathering of not just China, but of course my country, the US, Canada, the Five Eyes. We are very much in a Cold War, and there are two distinct sides. Well, two sides. China and its allies, US and its allies. And added to that, there's now an arms race. So these are very volatile conditions. Do I see World War? No. Where the whole world becomes involved? No. But I do do not underestimate the seriousness of this situation. But we will maybe do a deep dive on world conflicts in another reading. For now, let's just look at the undersea cables. We'll look at the classified documents. And, of course, the leader of the House, Kevin McCarthy, has come out with some sort of, I wouldn't even call it a plan, it's just a blackmail document to say that if they'll raise the debt ceiling if no new money is spent in 2023, and everything, all the policies, all the programs revert back to 2022 financial year levels. And we've all heard about what sort of disaster would unfold if that was accepted by the Biden administration. What's the standoff? What's going to happen? All right, so let's look at this Russian. I'll leave the link to the story underneath this video as well. Why? Well, we know why, don't we? All right. The Russian mapping, show me, well, let's have a look. Show me why they're doing that. Let's see what the cards can often tell you about intent. Why are the Russians mapping the undersea gas and electricity cables? It's not just for the UK. They've done it as far as they can do it for Scandinavia and other countries as well. Far more extensive than what we think. Ah, yes. Okay, so there's a subterfuge, and this is they've done it, and they haven't been seen to do it up until now, but it has been going on since, well, a long time, way before this article was published. They've gotten away with this kind of subterfuge. So why are Russians mapping these gas and electricity cables, undersea cables? Why are they doing that? Yeah, they would simply kind of bomb them. I don't know. It's like I'm seeing that something being sent down. I got the air and the water, something being sent down to the water. 6 of coins, loans and debt, moon in Taurus energy. So this is around the clandestine nature of this, but also a determination to cover all bases. Loans and debts. Of course, if these supply lines were cut off, Russia would then obviously be able to sell the gas and oil, wouldn't they? So it's about ransom. And we've got judgment and inevitability that they would do it. We shouldn't be surprised. Nobody should be surprised that Russia would do this. That's how they operate. They're also in a lot of debt themselves. So there's a tipping point I see. Obviously, it won't be clandestine anymore. We know what they've done. We know about the mapping. It is part of a plan and a strategy. With this King of Swords, a plan and a strategy. And we get, in the past, 4 of Wands, Venus in Aries. That's in the past. I mean, they see anyone for Ukraine as their enemy now. And, of course, the UK has been a leader for Ukraine, as has the US and other Western allies, Canada. It's like all bets are off now in terms of diplomacy. The 3 of Coins in the sky, Mars in Capricorn energy there. This is about money. And do they honestly think, are they going to raise a ransom here? This is about money. So there's an actual monetary type. Like I was kind of joking when I said blackmail, but there's that too. And we've got control. Yeah, these are all predictable, very predictable cards. And this is Aries. The Emperor card is associated with the sign of Aries, dominance and controlling outcomes. The Tower card is in the here and now. I mean, this is really, it's Mars energy. This is really, it's underscoring how volatile things are at the moment. That's why we need to listen to spiritual podcasts to reinforce our hope, because our hope that everything will be okay, that the world will get through this, has been battered, and it needs to be reinforced with steel at this time. Queen of Swords is the environment around. So we've got, it's interesting, the Tower, Mars, impulsive type of structures breaking down. The environment around that is the Queen of Swords, which the Queen of Swords is stability and logic. So even though ill winds blow, there is this sanity that's still there that we forget about. And of course, people who want to fearmonger, they rarely mention that as much as all as we've got the bad actors, we've got a really united world when it comes to preserving our status quo. Nobody wants war or a world war. Nobody wants world destruction. So there's this kind of logic and stability around the Tower. So that's good. For now, it tells me this is a shake-up. This is the time where we get real and we start to understand the situation we're in. We've got the Fool card, hopes and fears, hoping for a new start. Wow. Do they really think they can destroy things and then get a new start? I guess so. Now we've got the Hermit, we've got isolation. So they do, the part of this plan, it's really nefarious, is to isolate. Once electricity and gas cables are cut, what does electricity drive? It drives everything. So if you've still got an analog phone, keep it. This is about disabling and isolating. Seven of Coins, it's their plan B, which tells me Saturn in Taurus tells me that they are determined at all costs to have this leverage, but it's not something they would use unless they had to. So this is very much is about a kind of a blackmailing situation. And the Seven of Cups, Venus in Scorpio. Well, you and I with the kind of, I guess, what would you call it, higher positions know that this is not the way to invade a sovereign country and continue to kill and murder and not take any responsibility for that. We know that that's not the way. Many times Vladimir Putin has refused to come to the table. Five of Cups, Mars in Scorpio, that's about death and destruction. So we have here Justice at the base of the pack. It's the Libra, associated with Libra, the Justice, and the Princess of Cups, surprise element, and tilting the fortune, Wheel of Fortune, in their favour. But we also have Temperance and Moderation, Sagittarius energy. So it doesn't show at this stage they would cut those cables, though I feel they have plans, not just for the UK, but where other undersea cables exist. It's part of their strategy, that it's part of their plan B that these would be cut. So will they use it? I'm not saying would they use that power. Would they sabotage? Would they sabotage? Not would, will. Because I already know the answer to would. They would. But will they? Will they sabotage when everything is said and done? Will they sabotage these undersea? So somebody's toasting. Will Russia sabotage these undersea cables? Looks like there's an offering coming somewhere. Two of Wands, be patient. Something coming to fruition in time. The question is, again, this Mars in Aries atmosphere. What's around there? The Wheel of Fortune, change. Something changing. Okay, so it's still saying they would, but they're not. Right now, we have the Empress card. They want something. Territory, Ukraine's territory, other things. They want something. Four of Wands is in the past. All familial type of friendly relationships are over. We have the Eight of Cups, walking away from what no longer serves you, Saturn in Pisces. Now, that is good. It's putting boundaries around what they think they can do. What they think they can do. It's putting boundaries around that. I like Saturn in Pisces. Water, Pisces, Saturn in Pisces. Also, these undersea cables will now be protected by various countries. The Seven of Cups in the immediate future, that can be illusion and delusion, but wrong choices, bad choices. It can be the opportunity to make a good choice, can be the opportunity to make a bad choice. Will they? Two of Coins, Jupiter in Capricorn. That's the person who's juggling. That's the person who's doing the high wire act. And the Eight of Coins, money coming in. Here's a thought. They might ask for lifting of sanctions too. Okay, let's just park that there. The Queen of Coins, stability and having monetary flow. That's in the fear position. I've said in many readings they're up against it financially. We've got the Chariot card. That's the outcome card. That's something occurring very, very quickly. That's a very volatile situation. And the Tower. Please show me something else. And the Ten of Coins. Money. I'm thinking, so there's the Queen of Swords at the base of the pack. Here she is again in the Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment, and the Three of Swords, heartbreak, loss. I'm thinking they're going to want some of those sanctions lifted. The Page of Wands, communication, and the Page of Swords, and the Five of Wands, division. I think they are going to have some sort of act of sabotage. The question was around undersea cables, so I'll leave it there. I know that the Western allies, I know the UK, will have already been protecting these undersea assets. I'm assuming Scandinavia would do too. But there's something going to happen under the water, as I foresaw in the last reading, and it looks like they're going to carry it out. So it's like when you blackmail somebody, you do that, you do some kind of malevolent deed to show that you're serious, so that people get the message. So there you have it. That could occur as quickly as May. Okay, classified documents. What the hell? I'm just going to say that. I know you've all said that. How did he have access? But my question wasn't even that. My question was, what turns someone so young into such a huge threat to world peace by doing what he did? It's like the unthinkable happens and we all just go, oh, another thing happened, oh well. But that's not this. This is extremely serious. And allies now are coping with the fallout from the release of all of these documents. Okay, so why? Was it just to gain favour with his friends? I suspect there's something more. Okay, so I'm seeing a bird in a cage. Was he under some kind of influence, negative influence? Was he boxed in? Was he being blackmailed? What's going on here? Okay, so why did this person release those classified documents, this young Air Force technician. Why did he release? Why did he release those documents? The sun, so we get attention. Sun is Leo, expression, attention, crossed by the magician, manifesting attention on the subject matter of what was in the classified documents. I can say that outright. Those cards are very, very clear. The question still is, we know that's part of the reason. Sorry, I just saw spirit activity to my right. The Three of Cups, there was more than him involved. He didn't operate alone. The Ten of Coins in the past, he could have even been paid to do this. This is for entertainment purposes only. The Three of Swords in the sky, heartbreak, betrayal, treason. And they have to come down on him. This is Saturn in Libra. Justice must be done here. The Page of Wands, he's going to perhaps, I think we're going to find out. I think at the foundation, this person was always meant to do this at some kind of level. In a way, there were obviously many reasons why he did this, but this is also to keep the younger generation informed. This is what they're doing. This is what's happening in our world. A lot of it wasn't noble, though. What benefit is it? And to whom? To say that Canada might not meet its NATO obligations. Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment in the here and now. And the Six of Wands, victory. Yeah, this isn't a loyal patriot person. What benefit was it to put those in South Korea in jeopardy? He saw this as a victory. He didn't go there unwilling, though I do see somebody in a prison or a cage. Ten of Wands, Saturn in Sagittarius. There's so much out there. That's why we're getting this drip, drip, drip of it. There's much, much more out there. Much, much, much more out there. I just want to, honestly. Where is it? What have I got here? Ah, yes. Wagner, the Russian mercenary army, surges in Africa as America's influence fades. Leak of US documents reveal. It just keeps coming. It just keeps coming. I read on Africa and I read why Russia was there in my last reading, if you want to go back and listen to that. The Emperor card, control. The Emperor. Who is the Emperor? The Eight of Wands, much, 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 much more. This is also to undermine Biden, but we have the Hope card here. Will it fulfill his aims? Maybe it does the opposite. Maybe in informing us and getting all this global muck out before the people, global danger, global tinderbox, maybe that puts a different slant on things, because the Star card comes up here as hope. So he did this for many reasons, from infamy to possibly money, or to, now I don't know that aspect for sure, but he certainly got his infamy. But he also did this for control. He didn't operate alone. There are others here. But with the Star card appearing, I have hope. This hope and the Chariot card. Hope and the Chariot card. It's like there's an acceleration going on. So, an acceleration of events. Knight of Coins, reliability, consistency, retreat. And the Ten of Swords, something being over and beginning again. The government, the Hierophant. And it was to undermine Biden, it had that objective. the connections between what someone like he is saying and his actions and his undermining, they line up very well with people like Marjorie Taylor Greene and Trump, and that connection goes to Russia. Okay, let's go to the debt ceiling. McCarthy saying, okay, well, I'll just change decks. We can pass a clean debt ceiling if you just don't do anything for 12 months. If you don't have any new policies, don't pass any new budgetary measures. It's just totally and utterly irresponsible. So, as if there wasn't enough happening at this moment, I can tell you now it will be a long time before Republicans ever hold power again. This kind of power to take the US right close to default. So what's McCarthy going to do? I'm just going to throw it out there. What's he going to do? What is McCarthy going to do with the debt ceiling? Will they agree on a budget? And will they pass the debt ceiling? First of all, will they pass the debt ceiling? Breathing fire. Someone's breathing fire. Okay, so we get here, will he pass the debt ceiling? Yes, he will. There's a victory card there. And the King of Cups. Biden has the victory, I feel. We have the manifestation. Magician card can be manipulation. And, of course, the Six of Pentacles, loans and debts. Yes, he will pass they will raise the debt ceiling. Now, we have Three of Swords. Loss, betrayal, division. This is what everybody's losing. Division, Five of Swords, abuse of power. But he's also not acting alone. Abuse of power and sabotage. He's acting with others. Clearly, is he acting on Trump's orders? Trump's and donors' orders. Is he acting? God, big money doesn't want to see too much welfare, do they? Is McCarthy acting on Trump and other donor orders? So we have the King of Swords, plans, strategies, deliberate, but we also have the Hope card here. There's some kind of prosecution here coming into this as well. The Department of Justice. What's going on here? The King of Pentacles. Okay, so this is Trump. This is Trump that he's aligned very much with. The Nine of Wands, guardrails and barriers. That's in the past. They're gone. And we have the Three of Swords, heartbreak, betrayal, loss, and the King of Cups. Biden actually gets his way. I think McCarthy is very much in lockstep with Trump. The Magician card comes up again. This is designed to take away from democratic abilities to win elections as well. This is undermining Biden politically. The Magician and the Six of Swords moving out of troubled waters. Something that Biden does moves this away from disaster. Queen of Cups, she lets the cat out of the bag somewhere, and the Knight of Cups. There will be an offer, but that wasn't the question. The question was about Trump, and it looks like that he is in contact with Trump. Loans and debts, and we get the Two of Swords, decision time. He has to decide where his loyalties lie, and we get the Nine of Pentacles. Decision time that would impact on all Americans. So we have here the Six of Cups, the past, and the Eight of Cups, loss, and the Chariot, Trump. This is Trump's loss, making people pay. All right, so is he being blackmailed as well? Everybody gets blackmailed. Is his feet being held to the flame? If you don't do a good job on this, well, The debt ceiling is going to be passed. Let's ask if a budget. Looks like a budget will be passed as well. Will there be a budget for 22-23 passed? Will there be a budget? Yes, I'm feeling there will. The Hermit. That's what I got. Isolation. And the High Priestess. Secrets coming out. The Two of Cups. Who is he allied with? There's more to this than meets the eye, and I think we're going to get the story. Five of Cups, loss in the past. Two Cups remaining. We've got the Ace of Cups, resets, new starts. We have the abuse of power and sabotage. Five of Wands. Does Trump get caught on the phone talking with McCarthy? Is there some kind of something comes out about who he's actually talking to about this? The Five of Wands, division, politics, partisanship, and the Five of Pentacles, loss. Hopes and fears that the government will or won't. Remember, Trump did a similar thing. Wouldn't sign to release supply, and he took it right to the end, to the government. Pretty much closing down, rubbish piling up in the streets, national parks closed, the lovers. He will pass a budget, but this is Trump. This is Trump all over. Queen of Coins, supply, stability of supply, and the Three of Cups. Okay, so yes, there will be a budget passed. Ten of Pentacles. He's not. It's not going to let. There's a lot of negotiations to come. But he's not going to not pass that debt ceiling, a clean debt ceiling bill. He will agree ultimately on a budget. Now, it might take the Democrats having to give him the numbers to pass this budget. Or does he get removed and somebody else steps in? So, will McCarthy lose the speakership over this? Because there are moderate Republicans who aren't happy with this approach. Will McCarthy lose the speakership? Whoa, possibly. The Seven of Cups, choices, either bad choices or good choices. And the Hanged Man, choices suspended. The Eight of Wands, that's usually headlines emerging. The Five of Wands, partisanship within his own party. Page of Pentacles. This is the younger people as well. Justice. Oh my goodness me. Justice in the immediate future. The balancing of the scales. The Ace of Pentacles in the here and now. The Wheel of Fortune. Oh my goodness. I'll tell you what I think is going to happen. High Priestess. There are those that are plotting against McCarthy, including Marjorie Taylor Greene. But there are other Republicans that are plotting against the extremists. Ooh. Five of Cups. Three Cups lost, two remaining. Clarified by the Eight of Pentacles. Skill. And the Empress card. They don't think he's up to it. And we get the Six of Cups, the past. Somehow returning to the past. Who in the Republican caucus is capable of being a speaker? Perhaps someone that was mooted in the past, that they feel, who's more moderate. So here's what I think could happen. McCarthy could lose his speakership at the hands of someone like Marjorie Taylor Greene, and when there's a new vote, there's a secret bloc of Republicans that might vote with Democrats to install a more moderate Republican, because they know if they continue like this, they will lose the election. I think the election's lost anyway in 2024. Stay tuned. That's certainly a possibility. The cards are flagging. Will it happen? I don't know. Am I right? I'm not sure. But it just came out of left field during the reading that somehow they think that they're going to sabotage, and it backfires on them. That's why the Justice card is there. Anyway, that's the reading. I'll be back again with another reading soon. And thanks for joining me. Bye for now.